Hey everybody, welcome to West Virginia Wire. My name is Regina Connell, and today with me I have Echoes from Above. You guys, we're going to be showing his YouTube channel. Man, I'm just going to do a brief intro and let you have it. This is the professional right here. I want to thank you for coming on. We're going to pick his brain about a lot of stuff. So Echoes from Above, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. This is gonna be cool. So I don't do many collabs, so definitely appreciate the invite. And yeah, that's gonna be good.
So, you guys, I want to give you a little back history of how I came across Echoes from Above. I'm going to be pulling his YouTube channel up as we are talking. I did want to get a comment if it's still showing. Yes, Morgan, thank you for pulling through. She was super early. She was like, wait, what time's the live stream? So, if you guys have any questions, maybe the last 10, 15 minutes, we'll get to the comments, get them pinned. So, you guys keep commenting throughout the live stream. So, I first found Echoes from Above when I was really into the Daily Wire drama when Brett Cooper was there with the comment section. And I just come across, the comment section. I didn't really follow anything about the Daily Wire. And then all of a sudden, boom, Brett Cooper's leaving. And all of a sudden, I'm trying to find out what's going on. And one of the first channels I came across was Echoes from Above. And I really feel like, dude, that you could have done your own comment section. Not that you would ever work for, Jeremy or Ben, but I really thought you did a better job than any of them, really.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's really cool. And you know what? You're not the first to say that. A bunch of people said that too, and I think that's you know what that speaks to? That makes it even worse for Reagan Conrad because the fact that you can have all that editing and script writing and fancy, like an entire team behind you and still not find a way to get views is insane. Because yeah, I agree with you. I think if I had all that, I'd do way better than what she's doing. I
Oh
definitely
my
agree.
gosh, you would be
I think I'd be way
unstoppable. That
like she
lady
has like
had a
a
whole
whole
team.
team. Yes, a
I
whole
know.
team. She posted like a picture on her social media and she posted like her in a team meeting and there was like 10 people. I'm like, holy cow.
Oh my
So
gosh.
what I came down to the conclusion of is I think the Daily Wire spends $1 million for each creator. I really do, because you got to think about it. All these guys, all these people on their staff are making six figures or more. Maybe a few of them are making lower five figures, but either way, if you average it all out with a team of 10 people, that's like $1 million, almost $1 million per person to get no
And sh
views.
and she was not a Candace Owens. Did you hear what Officer Tatum said the other day about, what is it he said? He said, "I used to go visit her on her set, and I was so jealous. She had, like, 45 people around her. Miss Owens,
Oh,
Miss
I did see
Owens."
that. Yeah, yeah. They treated her really well. She had like a makeup artist and all this crazy stuff. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. That's
I thought it was so
crazy.
funny. It's so
But isn't that crazy?
nuts.
Where are they getting this money from? Like, what the?
Where are they getting the money from, and where are
That's
they
insane.
plucking this talent from? I think when you think about mainstream media in the news outlet, you would hear stories of people having to intern for years before they could even get behind an anchor desk or anything like that. And I know
Yeah.
YouTube is different. That's the beauty of YouTube, is that it's YouTube. But
Mhm.
with her, I just thought, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be
Yeah.
kidding me. I,
Yeah.
well, the Haktua girl, you did pieces on that girl. Like, she
Oh,
got a
yeah, I
whole
did.
entire team for spitting on a microphone. I don't understand it.
By the way, did you see the update on her? I was debating if I should make a video on her. Now,
I
I don't
have
know if you
not
saw.
seen it. You should do a video.
So when people first started covering the Hawk Tour girl, she blew up. She had the viral fame. Everybody was saying that she's going to fall off, and her last bid to stay relevant is going to be to start an OnlyFans. And guess what she did?
She
Yeah,
started an
yeah, she
OnlyFans.
did. She really
But,
did.
she had an opportunity with
That's crazy.
streaming, and she wouldn't get up and stream. Like,
Yeah, she was lazy. Yeah.
if somebody
No,
told
you're
me they
right.
were gonna pay me
Yeah, no, you're right.
but
She had like her own podcast and everything that kind of fell off, and then she had that crypto scam controversy. It was bad. But yeah, now she's on OnlyFans. Now she's doing the whole, come see the whatever, the private stuff.
do you think she spits on microphones for I mean, God, I don't even wanna talk about it
I
because
have
I
no idea what
can't. I'm so
I have no idea
sorry.
what that lady is doing, but I might have to make a video because that is
I
so
think you
funny
will.
that she
Please
actually
do.
her last dish to stay relevant is to make an OnlyFans. I just think that's so funny.
I think that's hilarious too. So, $1 million, let's think about that. So let's talk about, the what's going around about people paying for views. We know that's a real thing that like, why would they do that? The Daily Wire, they should already have the name. And is it true that still the 30% goes to marketing? So, and what does that mean for smaller YouTube content creators like us? Do you feel like that I've kind of felt like some of the other bigger celebrities were kind of coming in on the X platform. And I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of our space, you know? I mean, what's going on here? So, how has it evolved? First of all, how long have you been on YouTube? Right?
Mhm.
How long have you been on YouTube? You said you grew up on YouTube. So, from there, how have you seen it change and evolve? And what do you see for the future of YouTube?
It's completely compromised now. So let's start from the beginning. I don't remember when YouTube first came out. It might have been 2005, 2006. I don't remember. I don't know the exact year, but I was around when it first came out. I didn't have a channel. Actually, I might have had a channel, but I wasn't posting. I just had an account so I could watch videos. And the old YouTube was amazing because the algorithm was amazing. People were, if you look at some of these old YouTube videos, these guys were getting like 100 million views. The views they were getting were insane. And it was just really exciting back then. It was cool, right? I started my YouTube channel actually kind of very late. I started in 2021. So I've been on YouTube for 5 years. That's very late compared to when it started, but still pretty good. I've got enough skin in the game to at least know a little bit of something, right? So the problem with YouTube now, when I say that it's compromised, is people are botting their views and their channels. A lot of these big creators on YouTube now are completely fake. YouTube says that they are really good and they seem to be, but I don't know. YouTube says that they're really good at getting rid of the bots and they check everybody's individual account subscribers and all the views, but I've seen so many instances of people botting their views. It's insane. Like, I don't want to throw this guy under the bus because, you know, he's kind of a jerk, but I think he's cool, but he's kind of a jerk. I just don't want to come after me, but I'm just going to say a name. Destiny, if you know who that is.
Yes, I know who he is.
He's a very popular left-wing stringer. I was literally watching one of his streams and I couldn't believe it. His stream was at like 9,000 concurrent viewers the entire time. And at the very end, it shot up to like 20K. I was like, what the heck is going on here? That's not normal. And he's not the only one that does that. A lot of them do that. So, and YouTube's not the only platform that does that. That's the name of the game now. Twitter, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, whatever, even Rumble, all these guys are botting their views. It's a PR strategy. A lot of them probably have like 1,000 live concurrent viewers, but what they do is they spend the money or whatever they're doing. They hire people, whatever, to juice up their views. Because when people think that you're bigger than what you actually are, they'll support. This is a real thing. You can look this up. These are real, like this is an actual thing. You and me are more likely to watch somebody that has a big following than somebody with a smaller following. That's just how it goes. I don't know why. Yeah. Like, if we're watching a live stream and somebody has one viewer, you and I are very likely not even going to click on that. We're going to be like, one viewer. But if somebody has 12,000 viewers, live viewers, we're going to be a little interested.
Okay, can I share something with you since we're talking about stuff? So I think that it's probably with smaller content. Okay, so I started working with another content creator, YouTuber, whatever, and I think they had a past channel too. And then I would see things, and I would love to believe that somebody, you know, they're getting thousands of people in their live stream, but when I just saw last week and they just rebranded and all this stuff, I'm wondering, how is that happening? So do you think that smaller content creators are doing it too? And to me, I agree with you. Yes. Do you think it has anything to do with the algorithm introducing it? The more people that are watching, is it because the choice is coming across? Because even on YouTube, when I have my notifications set for like you or other people, there was a time where I would have to actively search your video out or your channel out because the notifications weren't coming through. That's changed since. But I mean, to bot the space and you have to pay for that, right? How much does something like that cost?
I don't know, but you know, I famously exposed the Daily Wire. They were spending $6,000 to juice up the views for Isabel Brown. And you saw that turned into like a whole controversy. Like, a bunch of big YouTubers were covering that. But yeah, the Daily Wire was spending about $6,000.
Is she still, I haven't even seen anything come across from her. I haven't heard of her. Like, you would hear about Brett Cooper, even Reagan Conrad. They were trying to get the comment section going.
Yep.
So is she still with the Daily Wire, Isabel?
Yeah, she is. And they still juice up her views. Her views are completely fake. Her entire channel is fake. She's not nearly as big as people think she is, but you know, a lot of people don't know what we know. So it's easy to trick them. Like, hey, this is Isabel Brown. She's got 400,000 subscribers. She gets 100,000 views on every video. They're all fake, but it doesn't matter. That's the name of the game. It works. It really does work.
Yeah, that was probably my
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I have a bigger following than Isabel Brown, and I'm not even that big. I'm not even joking. I have a bigger following because I looked at her channel. I literally get more views on my video in the first hour than she does because they don't juice up her views till like later on. So if you look at the first hour of her videos, she gets like 400 views, which is terrible for a channel of her size.
That's terrible.
And
Yeah.
then I look like 6 hours later, she only had like 2,000 views. We get more than that on my channel. And then later on, what they do is they actually juice up the views when you're sleeping. I found that out. So it's like later on at night, like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning is when they juice the views. And then by the time you wake up, the views go up like crazy. So she goes from like 2,000, 3,000 views to like 40,000 and then 100,000. You know, that's kind of the game that they play. So there's a lot of games that are being played with this media stuff, which does make it harder for smaller content creators like us. However, I think that if you can have 100 or more concurrent viewers, that's a win to me because those are real, authentic viewers. And there are plenty of ways to monetize off of that, build a following, get your point across, get support, whatever your goals are. And I just think that the organic and authentic route is better than this juiced up views. Like, I would rather have 200 concurrent viewers that are real and really know who I am and support me than 1,000 fake ones. You know,
I
which is
agree
me.
with you. I agree with you. Talking about, I'm going to bring this up what we were talking about earlier before we started the live. One of the things that Echoes from Above that I really enjoyed was that he was always giving tips. Like if you watch his videos all the way through, you know,
Yeah.
you're always giving tips on. So one of the statements that you had made was you can make anything on YouTube and get a following, you know,
Yeah.
if you're consistent with it. He said you could talk about volcanoes. And I was thinking today earlier, I was like, I might just start talking about volcanoes. Maybe that's just what I need to start doing is just talk about volcanoes. So with Isabel's viewership, I wonder with them waiting to juice it up in the morning, would they juice it up anyway if she happened to do well on her own? Are they seeing if she'll do anything on her own? And I would think it would kind of hurt you to juice you like that and then take it away. Like I would think you would always have to be juicing the views to keep them consistent. I would rather have 120 real viewers than a million fake ones.
Yeah, that's the game that they play. It seems to be working for them. Again, as far as I'm concerned, all of their content creators are unprofitable and not bringing in money. So I don't know how they're making money. It's very weird. But let me show you something real quick that is
Yeah.
hilarious. So remember how you were talking about how I said that you could literally make a video on anything and get views? You can
Yeah.
make videos on volcanoes. Okay, let me show you something. So
Okay.
look in the chat. Oh, is it not working? Hold on.
No, it's there. I got you. Wait,
So
Brady.
pull up YouTube. I'm going to show you this. When I talk about you can literally do anything and get views. There's this guy on YouTube who gets millions of views talking about a pet lobster. Not
What
joking.
is what's his channel?
His name is Brady Brandwood.
Brady Brand. There he is right there. TV personality. Brandwood. Brady Brandwood.
Yeah, click that.
Is that him? Yes,
Yeah, I
that's
think
him.
that's him. Okay. So he doesn't get nearly the amount of views anymore because his lobster actually died. So that was the entire appeal of his channel was the lobster. But do me a favor, go to videos.
Yep.
Like next to the home. Yeah, go to videos. Go to popular.
Oh, popular.
Yep.
Okay. So we've got this one.
Zoom in. Look how many views this guy was getting for a damn lobster.
26 million views
damn
on a lobster.
A lobster. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying when I say that, you know, you can, if you understand YouTube, you really can go viral for anything. Like I've seen the craziest stuff. Yeah. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Did you see the story on the guy that he had his YouTube channel for 11 years? I can't remember his name. I wish I could. Forgive me. I'll figure it out later. But he had his YouTube channel for 11 years and I think he went viral the last 18 months where he got millions of views. He monetized and then he just walked away from it. It was a YouTube. He started it for his family where they would do outdoors activities.
Oh, that's Outdoor Boys.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, I watched that dude. I think you're talking about Luke with Outdoor Boys.
I think you're right.
I think that's who you're talking about. He quit YouTube. He was growing unbelievably fast, and his videos were getting like 20 to 50 million views a video. And he made so much money, he just straight up quit. And he said he wanted to focus on his family. Pretty
His
sure you're talking about,
family. Yep,
yeah, I
that's
think you're
him
talking
right
about
there.
Luke
Right
Luke
here.
with Outdoor Boys.
Is that it? I
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
Outdoor Boys. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, great channel. I was a watcher of his channel. I like his channel a lot. He had a great channel.
I tell you how I found his channel was it wasn't the internet anarchist. Who was it? It might have been Adazi. Is it Adazi? He does he'll talk about, YouTubers that have come and gone. Maybe it was Louis.
Mhm.
I can't remember between Louis. I watch so many YouTubers. I watch YouTube versus any other thing also versus Netflix versus
Yep.
ma we don't even have cable. It's YouTube, Netflix, or Amazon, and I'm usually YouTube, and
Me too. That's it. Yep.
I like it. I love how people can come on and just it is YouTube, and what I like is the longevity of it. It's been around for so long, I don't really see it going anywhere.
Nope.
So, yeah, definitely. So, you are on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. When did you start before Elon bought it or after?
Oh, I've been on Twitter since like literally it got started.
That's what I
Literally.
thought.
Because I was a
Yeah.
kid when Twitter like became big. Same thing with Facebook. I remember when Facebook came out. I remember when Twitter came out. Yeah. Twitter came out or at least got popular when I was in high school. And I've been on Twitter pretty much ever since then. And Facebook came out when I was in 8th grade. I remember because me and all the people in my class when we were in 8th grade, we were all using MySpace in middle school. And then Facebook comes out and everybody switched over to Facebook. Everybody in
So
school was like, Facebook's the new thing. So we all switched over to Facebook.
my oldest daughter, I have a 33-year-old and I have an 8-year-old. So they're 25 years apart. But our oldest, she was on MySpace. I remember, but I was never on social media. So I was
Mhm.
all my friends were like, I was working in a restaurant. Gina, you have to get on Facebook. You have to get on Facebook. I was like, for what? And so my family members started getting on. And then when my father passed, I helped my mom open a Facebook and all of that.
Mhm.
So from there, so for years, I didn't do anything. And my sister in law, she was on TikTok, all these apps and stuff. I was like, I'm never going on that. So when I decided to start this, we moved out in the boondocks. I was like, well, let me start a YouTube channel. Why not?
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, what was I thinking? But anyway, it's fun. I love doing it. I never thought that I would edit or anything. I always thought that I would be so interesting. I'd just get on there and, people would love it. But then I started editing and I really liked it. I was like, ooh, I want to do this. I see people throwing in like Blipsy reels and B-roll. And so I wanted to
Yep.
try everything. So I probably did everything backwards with my channel. But the more I do things, that's the one thing is, I think you've always said is you can pivot at any time,
Yeah.
you know,
For the
and
most part, yeah.
yeah, or start a new channel, try it that way.
Yeah, you could do
So
that.
I started on TikTok. I started on TikTok. I got
Nice.
my first account banned. I call it Trick Talk sometimes, but I was able to, we found each other through my second account. So now I have a TikTok, I have X, but I started going on X right after Elon bought it. And it was right before I don't even remember. I've been on there almost 3 years now. This December will be 3 years.
Okay.
And so I started out in like Mario Nawfal spaces,
Oh,
listening
yeah. Yeah,
to
yeah.
journalism and all of that. And I met Sassafras, this great lady in Florida. She's really popular on there and on TikTok. But a lot of the people I found on TikTok and they were like, you got to come to X. And I was like, I'm not going to X. I don't want to go to X. And here I am. What am I doing?
Yeah, X is pretty good. I like it. I'll give it its flowers. I think it's really good under Elon Musk. It's got some problems, but overall I like it. I think the Twitter Spaces thing is really cool. I used to tune into those. I definitely used to tune into those.
They
So
have come out with a lot of rollouts on X, and they did it really fast. They when I think back in 20 what's today? This is 2026. So I want to say in 2024, that's when they were really rolling out like the TikTok style with the videos or the Instagram style.
mhm.
But they have made a lot of updates and a lot I mean, it is glitchy sometimes, and I've seen a lot of people get monetized. I started out in a show called The Mean Show, where we just did, like, comedy. So Sean Farish, he's Trump. He was on Dan Bongino today, but he was in there. We had a Kamala Harris, we had an RFK Jr., we had a Nancy Pelosi. We had all of them. Like,
Oh,
nobody was taking sides, and it was so funny, and that went on for, like, 40 something episodes, and then everybody from that show, the core people, went on to, like, Sean's with LFA TV, and he's doing real big things. All of them have gotten monetized on X, and they're all really good people. Like, they're really cool people, so it was really neat. I think X maybe Twitter personalizes things more than any other platform.
yeah. Yeah, I think they do. I would say yeah. I would say yeah, they do. I would say Twitter definitely probably personalizes things better. Twitter is a very unique app. One of the things that I like that Elon Musk did is he took it over, but he didn't change it too much because
Right.
you don't want to change it too much, But yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, I don't like that anybody can like say terrible things to you. That's the one thing I don't like. One thing about like Instagram, people aren't able to get access to you directly the way that they are on Twitter. And I know that that's
Right.
kind of what Twitter was for, but yeah, that's really why I don't really tweet that much or say much because like, yeah, I don't have time.
Morgan, my editor, says we need more emojis for spaces like the middle finger, baha.
Oh God, that would make it worse.
So they did go through a testing phase. You know how you can throw up the emojis, and
Yeah,
I had
like the
some
100 and all that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I had some friends, they must have been in some kind of beta testing thing because I kept asking them, I was like, "How are you doing this?" So
Mhm.
they were like the honey badger and AI wolf, some of those, they would come into your space and they could throw up like a snake, or they were
Mm.
able to pick their emojis. I don't know if it was an add-on or an extension or something they were beta testing for Twitter, but it seems like they were doing some testing for that. But I think it would be more exciting if we had more emojis to throw up because sometimes I'm just like, I wanna roll my eyes in a space or
Yeah, that'd probably be a good feature. I can't lie. I didn't realize that Twitter Spaces were still like a big thing. I know they were before. I can't remember the last time I joined a Twitter Space. I feel like
they're
they
not
kind
as
of died
big as
out.
they used to be. They're
Yeah, I feel
not
like they kind of died out.
they did. They're because Mario Nawfal doesn't do spaces, like, all
Yeah,
the
that's it. Right, he
journalists
don't
were
do it no
in
more.
there. No, he doesn't,
You know
and,
why he doesn't do it anymore?
why?
Because there's no money in it.
There is no money, and I keep
How do you
telling
make
people
money doing that? That's why he don't do it no more. It makes perfect sense. I kind of saw that coming. I'm like, when I first saw Twitter Space and I saw Mario in the Fall doing all that, and he's got like a whole brand. I'm like, how do you make money from Twitter Spaces? Then I looked and I'm like, oh, you don't. I'm like, yeah, that dude's gonna pivot. And guess what? He pivoted to YouTube. He's on YouTube now.
Oh, is he on YouTube
Yep.
now?
He does
No
interviews. I watch
way.
his channel sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Hold
on
on.
YouTube.
I'm gonna have to look him up because I was never a big fan of his, but what I loved the fact was that he had all these people that would come in that I recognized. All the journalists were in his space because that's where you got all the breaking news
Yep.
somehow, some way. So he was on top of everything first.
Yep.
And Alex Jones would be in there, like all
I
these
remember
people.
that. Yep.
But you were absolutely I'm surprised we didn't run into each other then. That's crazy. I was like brand new. I was green.
Yeah, I was in all of his spaces, but there were like thousands of people. So, and who
Thousands.
was I back then? So,
Who was I? I
yeah.
know, right? I mean, but it was really neat going into the spaces, but I think anybody who thinks that and I think it's mostly the crypto community that think that there's that big old payout on X, and it's just not there. People are I don't think that you're gonna find a big contract on X. It's great for networking. And I think you had even covered this. I always point the wrong way. I think you had even covered this one time when we talked about, you could be a really big, huge somebody on YouTube. Then you go over to X and you're a nobody. You go to TikTok and you don't have that following. And I kind of like it when I see it that way because that screams to me more organic that, they didn't pay to get to a certain level. But these big content creators that you go, oh, they just started an X and boom, they got millions of followers. And okay.
Yeah, so it's actually the other way around. It's a lot harder to make it on YouTube. YouTube is actually the hardest platform to make it on. So what I was saying was you can be huge on TikTok or whatever other platform and come to YouTube and be a nobody. I have seen this with my own eyes. I've seen influencers with 500,000 followers on Instagram and they are begging people to subscribe, to subscribe to their YouTube and watch it and they can't get it. And I'm like, that's the one good thing about YouTube that I will say. You have to make good content. You do. And even the people who bought their views, their content is still good. They just want you to think that they're bigger than what they are. But the quality's good, the content's good. And that's king over everything. On YouTube, you cannot make bad content and make it. You really can't. It has to be good content. So yeah, that's part of what I was saying about YouTube.
So I am gonna ask you, one of the first things I noticed was, like when you said, "I have friends on here," and you never name drop, and I kinda like that, I was like, "Hmm." So I would always go around, try to figure out who you might be friends with on YouTube and just see if you guys mention each other, and you guys are pretty tight-lipped, but I always wondered if you and Zook Davis were friends, like OG friends, or is he someone that you guys came across each other? Because it seemed like that y'all knew each other just from your content. I can't explain it. So am I off base on that one or
No, we don't know each other at all.
really?
I've never had a
I am
conversation with him.
shocked.
I know. Everybody thinks that, and I'm not surprised because initially we were really friendly with each other, like at the beginning, and I could see why people would think that like these guys must know each other because we were just so friendly with each other, and it's like we both kind of came out of nowhere covering the same thing. I trust me, I get it.
I
I
think it
get
was
it.
the timing too,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you
No,
would
I get
talk
it.
and it seemed like and then you
Mhm.
would say, "Yeah, I've got friends on here, and this is how things go on YouTube. I've been on here a long time," and then you'd watch Zook Davis, and he kinda dropped some things, and then
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
wonder, "Wait a minute, they've been talking to each other," but it was really cool. I do like Zook Davis.
Oh, yeah, yeah, he's cool.
He's cool. I was thinking about his, little training course or whatever, and I was really happy for him. Was it the drama section I think he started, like
Mhm,
a media company or whatever?
mhm.
And I was like, "That's kind of expensive, but I'll get your mouse pad." I do like his mouse pad. I thought that was wrong of Reagan. Who is Reagan? Who is Zeke? What?
Hey, shout out to you
We
for
are Zeke. Shout out Zeke Davis.
supporting the small content creator. Shout out to you. That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
that's
look for the small content creators. I do. I just
yeah, I can tell you do. You really do. Yeah, you're unique in that. Most people don't. So that's really cool.
yeah, when they blow up too big, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta see you
Yeah,
later.
yeah, I know. Tell me about it. No, seriously. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't blow up too big because yeah, you're right. Seriously.
Just remember the small people. Just remember us. No,
Yeah,
just
it's
kidding.
easy to get compromised for real.
It really is. It really is, because I had to wonder, people when they were talking about the $7,000, I'm like, well, if it's stuff that I'm posting anyway, I'll gladly take the $7,000. I mean, if I'm already posting it anyway, well, I mean, why wouldn't I take it? I don't know what y'all are talking about. What are they talking about? What are they talking about?
Yeah, so there is a thing of people taking money to cover certain things. That's all I can really say. But yeah,
I believe that. I believe that.
there is a thing. In terms of YouTube, so this has happened to me before, and this is what showed me how fake the whole YouTube thing is, which is why I told you I rarely do interviews. I don't really have a whole lot of friends on YouTube. I have a few, but very few. Uh, every time I have a video that like blows up and gets like over 100K views, which I have a few of those, or 80K, whatever. There's always big YouTubers who reach out to me. And the reason why they're reaching out is because when they see that, they think that I'm going to blow up. And they're like, let me get ahead of it and befriend this guy so I can take advantage when he blows up. And obviously, I haven't blown up yet. So, of course, when I need something from them and I reach out, all of a sudden I'm left on red and they don't know who I am. It's funny how that works, isn't it?
That's messed
Real funny
up.
how that works.
That's so
Then,
messed
then
up.
when videos start blowing up again, they come back. Like I'm telling you, that's the one thing I really want to say in this interview. YouTube is the fakest world. So to you, Regina, be very careful.
Can I tell you what happened to me?
Like me and you could be cool. Like we can
Yeah.
talk and everything could be cool. Uh, but with a lot of these other people, just be very careful.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
be
So I'll tell
very careful.
to begin with, when I first started, I had a lady that, I met her through another YouTube channel. I met her through another YouTube channel that I had started that has grown bigger. And she had a YouTube channel, and I would watch her content, except for, she had a series, a live that she did with her best friend. They were best friends. They did it. They'd done it for like a year, and it was called Tough Conversations with Black Women. And, she had invited me on, and I said, well, I haven't really watched her stuff because I'm not a Black woman, so I didn't know if I should insert myself into something that is only tough conversations with Black women. I don't know what it's like to be a Black woman, so I didn't wanna insert myself. She was like, "That's a good point." She said, "Maybe I'm limiting myself," so she changed it to Tough Conversations with Savvy Women or something like that. And then one time she got on there, but she thought that I had some hidden agenda. She said, "I don't think that you're really a nice person. I think there's something." And she did this on her live stream. I was mortified. I was like,
Really?
"What?"
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Your best friend Carrie's here. Can we just talk about the BBL stuff?" I got all this stuff ready. I had all the assets ready. I was ready to do the thing. It was so strange. And, through that, then she started showing up on the other person's channel, and they had sent me an invite, asked me to come, and I was excited about it. And then they took it away from me, just completely everything. And I was like, what happened? So I'm always like, if you could just tell me what I did wrong, or, maybe we could talk about it, but they never did. And I've learned a lot in the past year, and I understand why people don't want to interview and collaborate. I was all green, wanting to collaborate with everybody. I just want to be friends with everybody. And
Um,
I get it now. I totally get it, man. I get it.
yeah, people are very nefarious and they're also very sensitive. That's the other thing too. Like I'm kind of a brutally honest person. I'm just kind of blunt. So that's the other thing. If I was on that show, I'd probably offend them too, and they'd kick me off or get mad at me. Like, I mean, it literally, you know what's funny? It literally just happened. I was on this guy's show. Like I said, I very rarely do interviews, but if you remember the whole Erica Kirk 15-year-old thing,
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
yeah. So I actually spoke to her. I spoke to Jillian, and I was a watcher of this guy's channel. and he was talking about it, and I just commented and said, "Hey, I spoke to her. She feels this way. What do you think of this perspective?" And I got attacked, and they were calling me just the absolute worst names ever. They were saying some crazy stuff, and I don't really care that much about whatever you got to say, but it was coming at my character. They all kept calling me a liar and all that. So I went on that guy's channel, and long story short, you might know him, but he has a pretty big following. He's got like 70K subscribers, but
I know who he is. Does it
okay,
start with a J?
yeah, you know who he is.
Yeah, I got something
Yeah.
to tell you later. I can't talk about it now, but I wanna talk to you later. I have
Okay.
something to say.
Okay. Don't forget. We'll get to that.
I will not forget.
So I went on this channel, and it didn't go the way he thought, because he
Good.
doesn't know that I'm a seasoned YouTuber. I've been on here for 5 years. Like, I've been through it all. I've debated big YouTubers. I've had controversies. I've broken big stories. I've been through it all. So, and I watch his channel, so I know how he acts. So I've seen him like be really mean to people, or rude, or mute their mic, just play all these weird games. Yeah, he's done that. So his all of his fans were telling him, get him on here, get him on there. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I really didn't want to go on there because I really don't do collabs, and I didn't trust that guy. And
Yeah.
sure enough, he proved exactly what I already thought to be true. But his fan base kept saying, go on or you're a liar. So I'm like, fine, I'll defend my name. So I went on there, and he thought he was going to railroad me and destroy me in the debate. And when I tell you, I absolutely destroyed him. I cooked him, and he deleted it. He deleted the lie because he knows he got cooked. I destroyed him. He doesn't know that I've been around the block. Like, this is my first
That
video.
is wrong. I got some stuff to
And
tell
I
you.
got him to say something really disturbing. I won't put it out publicly because I'm not interested in beefing with this guy. I don't really care.
Right.
But I think a big part of the reason why he deleted it is because in our debate, things got to a point where, because it was about like Candace Owens and the whole Erica Kirk stuff, and he hates Candace Owens a lot. He hates her. So, and I just try to be objective. So when we were debating the 15-year-old text messages, he kind of got caught up because he thought that he could like outsmart me or outmaneuver me. And it's like, no, dude. So when I actually outsmarted him, he said something awful, really bad. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you just said it. I was like, dude, you want to take that back? This might be a controversy. I'm like, you might want to take that back.
When was this?
He kind of walked it back. I have
When
to go
wa-
look. This is
Well,
like 2 weeks ago. Like
2
2 weeks
weeks.
ago.
Okay, that tells me all I need to
It was
know
like 2 weeks
because
ago.
I was a moderator, and I think I might still be a moderator for that same channel, and I had just left the group me chat because it was too much. I couldn't handle it. It was, and then what I was seeing, but we'll talk about it later. But
Okay.
to be a coward and to delete it, like
He
if I'm
deleted
gonna
it.
have you on my show and
Yeah.
we might collab and go all in, with whatever, but I would never delete it. I would never delete it. Like, why have you on my show to let you not even this is what kills me is he thinks he's he's a voice for other smaller content creators, which is you
No,
I
go
knew
ahead.
something was going on. I knew something was going on. I think there's been a past YouTube channel before that, right?
Yeah.
And then he said with his own mouth that there was some trouble with it or something. Well, you know what it was, but I don't really want to talk about it. Then this is the biggest thing that got me. So he claims that he's an editor, which I believe that he might be an editor, but there's no way you can be doing 2 to 3 hour live streams a day on other people's programs, producing 2 to 3 videos a day and be your own editor. Well, I saw one that was somebody else's content with no commentary, and I knew who the content creator was, and I was like, this dude's doing Opus clips. He's making views off of other people's content, giving no context to it, no reaction, nothing. That's wrong. And please don't tell me you don't know what you're doing, because if you don't, you need to.
Yeah.
I'm so against that. That's
Yeah, I agree.
plagiarism.
Oh, they do it all the time.
They
Oh,
do.
story of
What
my
about
life is people stealing my videos. So look, that's what happens. It's just how it goes. So,
I'm gonna be
But
the
yeah,
police. I think I might just do that. I'm gonna, just not even do that. I might make my whole channel about, I'm gonna find out who's stealing whose content. Even the internet anarchist, do you believe that he's plagiarizing? He still won't respond to it.
he definitely did.
He definitely
He definitely did. Yeah.
He did it. He's guilty.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've known that for a while. He's not the only one. There's a
I
bunch of
feel
them.
like such a
There's
fool, man.
they all you have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on another secret about YouTubers. And this is the one good thing about me having these conversations with these big YouTubers, because I'll talk to some really big YouTubers, like guys with 2 million subscribers and some really big channels. And that's kind of how I got the inside scoop, because all of them were saying the exact same thing. So here's something that you might not know. A lot of these big YouTube channels do no work. Zero. I'm going to tell you.
That's gonna make me cry, man.
They hire
Hold on,
somebody. They hire somebody to write the script. They hire somebody to be their editor, and they hire somebody to find their subjects. And all they do, and let me tell you where they all got this from. They copied this big YouTuber named Jake Tran, if you know who that is. He's got like 2 million, 3 million subscribers. He was making like these documentaries on Mossad and stuff like that. He's the guy who started that. And he kind of blew the whistle on how that works. A lot of people didn't even know that was a thing. He blew the whistle on it. He's like, oh, I don't know if he blew the whistle. I don't know if he got caught or what, but either way, it got exposed that guy basically doesn't do anything. He literally shows up in his office. His script writer has the script for him. His editor is already ready to go. And, that's it. That's the easiest job in the world, And that's what a lot of these big YouTubers are doing. They're not even doing like as much work as you think that they really are doing. It's really crazy.
And they lie about it. That's what upsets me, is they lie about it, because I know from what I've learned how long it takes me just to do one video if I'm doing all my research and all of that stuff. Then I'm struggling with titles. Then I've got to promo everything. I've got to share it out. Got to know when to upload it. I still haven't gotten that part down. It's a lot. And now I understand. Wow.
That's it.
Do we even have a shot? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, we got a shot. It's just we got a lot of competition. The market's a little oversaturated right now, so it's going to be tough. But like I said, you can find your own place in this space and build your audience and do your thing from there. So cool. But yeah, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. Going back to the payments thing and like people paying behind the scenes and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a propaganda that happens with big YouTubers where people pay them to say certain things or post certain videos. That absolutely happens. Happens. Some of them turn it down, some of them don't. But I've heard about it. I'm like, we.
So Jake Tran, when did he come? How far is like Sunny V2? Because apparently, the internet arc.
There goes another one.
Well, you know that the internet anarchist openly admitted that he worked for Sunny V2. He was a scriptwriter.
Of course he did. It's the same videos. Have you noticed that? All internet anarchists is a duplicate, a clone of Sunny V2. It's the same channel. Of course he worked for. I knew that. He didn't even have to say that. I'm like, this guy definitely. This is what I suspected happened, and this does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy used to work for Sunny V2. He was probably his editor, and then he said, "I'm just going to do my own thing," and he did. He's like, "I can do this because I do it for you." That's what I think happened.
That's what they do.
So it's funny that you say that internet anarchist was like used to work for him. I totally felt that, because it seriously was the same shit. I remember when internet anarchist first popped up in my algorithm, and when I watched it, I was like, "Is this Sunny V2?" And then I looked at the channel, and I'm like, "No, this is internet anarchist." I'm like, "That's interesting." I'm like, "This is the same freaking channel." You know what my theory is? I wonder if all of these guys come from the ultimate OG of all this, and that is Media Magnets. Look up that channel.
I'm going to. Hold on.
I feel like all of them are an offshoot of that channel. I really do. I feel like all of them come from that. Media Magnets.
So, well, let's talk about, not really, I don't want to really talk about him, but when we're talking about all these streamers, YouTubers, so Mr. Beast got his start on YouTube too, right? Or was he a streamer somewhere? So he started on YouTube.
He started on YouTube.
On
YouTube when he was like a kid, yeah.
Yeah, but I had a real issue with what made him viral was, he gave $10,000 to a homeless man. I'm like, did he ever check back on that homeless man? I mean, that he made him but I think when we just give people money like that, and especially to do it because you know you might get a huge following or viewership from it for an act of benevolence, but was it
Yep.
really an act of benevolence? And to go into someone's job and say, take this job, take this check, or quit your job right in front of their manager, why would they do something like that? I'm just disturbed by stuff like that. I think it's
Yeah.
wrong.
No, you're right. They do it for views. By the way, I used to make videos on Mr. Beast, and those videos actually did pretty well. I'm not a fan of Mr. Beast. I think he's nefarious, and I don't trust that guy at all.
I don't either. Well, when they
To be
say
completely
that
honest.
he flat out makes his videos and spends thousands to tens of thousands. It may have even been you. I heard that from a couple of people say that he spends all that money just to see what will attract people's attentions, like the latest. I mean, he really it's really kind of nefarious, I think,
Mhm.
and very dark to just to see how many people you can get to watch your stuff, and it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's got like a whole operation, and yeah, he's interesting for sure. He's something else. I don't know if I trust that guy. Just to be
I don't know
completely
that I
frank.
do either. He's a little too wily for me. He's a little too, those
Look,
people
I'll
that
get
their
look. I'll
eyes
give you the
dart
rule.
on.
I'll give you the rule of thumb. The biggest YouTubers out there are untrustworthy. There's only one big, gigantic YouTuber that I trust and that I love, and that's CoffeeZilla. That's the only one that I trust.
I love him. I absolutely love CoffeeZilla. I
Oh,
every
good.
time he drops something, I'm on top of it.
Oh, yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. He gave me a lot of good advice. He's a good dude.
He seems like a really good dude.
He,
He's
he
been
really
under a
is.
lot
He's
of
authentic.
fire.
Yeah, he's
He is.
authentic. He's authentic. I made a
What
video. Go ahead.
go ahead.
No,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I think what's disappointing to me is all the work that he puts into stuff and he hands stuff over. And then I wonder if sometimes it feels like a kick in his stomach when nothing is done with it. You know, why aren't these people being held lawfully accountable? But what were you going to say?
Yeah, but here's what he's doing. He's laying the groundwork. So even though not a whole lot is being done, by the way, he's gotten a lot of stuff done. Like one of the guys he covered is literally got put in jail, the Safe Moon dude. Um, I think he's laying the groundwork though. It's almost like the Epstein stuff. It's like it took a while for us to finally get to this point, but it was the people before Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna that were fighting that got us to this point, right? I feel like CoffeeZilla is kind of like that. Obviously, there's gonna have to be successors to him or other people that are fighting as well. But yeah, I think CoffeeZilla is laying a good groundwork for what can happen in the future in terms of fighting bad people and nefariousness and corruption, all that. What I was going to say about CoffeeZilla was I made a video about him, and then he reached out to me, and I was like, "Wow, this is dope." And then after that, he was like, "Hey, thanks for covering it. I like your channel, blah blah blah." And then we actually got on the phone for like 40 minutes. And when I tell you he was the greatest guy ever, he was so nice, he was so kind, he gave me tips, and pretty much could just ask him anything, everything. And you know, from that moment, I realized, and you know how I knew he was a real one? When I got married, he messaged me and said, "Congrats on getting married." Again, keep in mind, this guy has like 5 million subscribers on
I
YouTube.
know.
He's
That's
doing all these
crazy.
investigations. He's super busy. He messaged me and said, "Congrats on getting married." Like I was just like, what a good guy. Like,
What a good guy.
you know how many big YouTubers I've spoken to and have had way longer relationships than with CoffeeZilla, and they don't say anything or care. So yeah, I will always say that every big YouTuber is untrustworthy except CoffeeZilla. He's trustworthy. You can trust
I
him.
was so excited when I
He's a
find a
great guy.
YouTuber I like, I go and look at their links because for the longest time I didn't even know those hyperlinks were there. I didn't know what they were for. So I
Mhm.
tapped on them and I was like, oh my gosh, he's on X. Echoes is on X.
Yeah.
CopyZilla is on X.
Yeah.
And then I go,
Oh, speaking of that, he follows me on Twitter. I forgot about that. Yeah, shout
that's
out to him.
amazing.
I forgot he followed me on Twitter. That was cool. I was actually
He
pretty happy about that. Yeah, he follows me on Twitter. That
that
was
is
cool.
cool. I say when a big content creator or something like that, Sean Farish, he was so real. I'm not even sure if he was monetized at the time, but he's huge now. He followed me. He got married. His wife followed me.
Nice.
There's a lot of people that we follow each other on X that we may not necessarily interact on YouTube. And then
Yeah,
there's some that interact with me on YouTube that refuse to follow me on X. But I keep telling them,
of
don't follow
course.
me on X. Turn your notifications off. I'm all over the timeline. And sometimes I'm hot. So, it's fine. But, uh, talking about CoffeeZilla, I mean, you could just feel he's a good dude, right? And
Yeah,
I
he's a good
love the
dude.
way he presents the information in an entertaining way to where we can understand it. And I like his little robot. Like I love everything that he does with his videos and stuff. It's pretty amazing. So
Yeah, it's
that's
great. It's
and I was
great.
over on your Instagram looking at your when you got married. I was excited. I was like, he's getting married. And then we
I
saw
appreciate that.
I went over there. I was like, there's the Instagram photos. Oh my gosh, it was a beautiful wedding, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the photos were amazing.
They
Really
were.
were. Yeah, you know what's funny? The photographers, the people that we had doing our photos were actually they're Serbian and they actually take photos for the royal family in Serbia. Isn't that cool? Those are the same
So
people that we had as our photographers. That's why the pictures were so good.
that is amazing. And,
Yeah, they're
since
great.
you bring up Serbian, I've actually, I was going to tell you this. So I've actually been in conversation. So I thought I was going to work with an animated series. This guy had really something good going on, but he also makes sculptures. So he's kind of taking a different direction, I guess.
Mhm.
So I guess maybe some things are paused. But with that said, I might forget what I was talking about. It just
That's
escaped
okay.
me. I
That's
can't
okay.
stand when I do that. But anyway, so I thought to myself, I would like to do the animated series, and then, I just completely lost my train of thought. It was
That's okay.
something that I had wanted to do, and now it just
No, it's okay. So I was talking about like Serbia and the fact
Oh,
that the
Russia,
photographers.
that was
Mhm,
it,
mhm.
Russia. So I met a guy that we've been talking with for, I don't know, months, and so he knows that I like to read books, and he was gonna work with this animated series, but they couldn't commit and get episodes right. So he was like, "Well, do you wanna try it?" And I was like, "Well, what do you want me to do, read books?" And so he was like, "Yeah, just read books, and they'll translate it to Russian for children. You can give your commentary." So the first book I'm gonna do is White Fang, and it's kind of an audition type thing, but he's going to really work with me on the production value of it, teach me a lot of stuff. So I was like,
Mhm.
let me try it. Why not? Because I really said all I ever wanted to do was read books. And then I saw some things going on. I thought, well, maybe I might have a voice. Maybe some people would collaborate. So I'm just trying different things. I do feel like I like to comment on things. Some things I don't want to mess with it. So I'm really kind of all over the place. And I think once I get my schedule down, but I really started it so that my husband would read the Bible with me. That was the whole reason I started it. It was the only way I
Nice.
could get him on lock to read the Bible with me. So
Okay.
here
Nice.
we are.
Oh yeah.
So, man, this has been great. I know you've got the State of the Union. Why don't you tell people where I'm going to start pinning some comments? I know you guys, the thumbnail was a little
Oh yeah,
clickbait.
yeah. Read some if there are any comments. Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
feel
let's
free to
go ahead.
read if
So
there are any comments.
Morgan drove through and, I think X something's been going on with X. Like, I didn't even check to see if we were live. I usually do that, but I was just more about the conversation that we're having. So X has been saying it's had trouble with live streams lately. I noticed that my live stream disappeared, but let me see if we're live. And we
Okay.
are. Yay, we're live. Okay. So Morgan, she's awesome. She's the one who did the package. So I just brought her on as a backup editor because I thought, well, if I
Nice.
could work on more content. And then Rusty and I are getting ready to start the Bible series again where we read it chronologically. And so we do it in like sessions. So we're picking up we included the non-canonical book of Enoch, which that's not in chronological order, you guys. It's not cover to cover. There's a chronological plan to it, and it's very in depth. I don't know why it wasn't in the Bible, but now we're going into the flood, entering Job. That's like the most fascinating things to me. I just love the stories. So, with that said, we are rebranding. I did get an LLC and we're changing from West Virginia Wire, which I think has been hurting my channel with the West Virginia on there because people think it's only about West Virginia. So we're going to Wild and Wired Media LLC. So she did make a comment about what you were talking about the Daily Wire packages ranging from $10,000 to over 60,000. That's the Mr. Beast reference, with some premium versions reaching nearly $200,000. These packages often include shout outs, 90-second pitch opportunities, and tweets. So maybe this is something that other big content creators are doing, what we were talking about earlier.
I'm not sure what she means there actually.
When we were
Morgan, if you
talking
want to
about
clarify. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, this was earlier on when we were talking about, Isabella and all of them and how they have a whole team around them and the money that's being spent on each episode and podcast. So I think she's talking about, like, the intro packages, stuff like that. Somebody said that Mr. Beast spends upward to $10,000 on a thumbnail, just one.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know how
that's
true
true.
that is.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Beast spends $1 to $3 million per video. Yeah, yeah. I know it's insane. Yeah, it's
Why?
insane. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I guess to make it super high production like he does it, I don't know. I mean, his videos do look like they cost a crap ton of money to make, but yeah, he does spend about $10,000 on the thumbnails. Yeah, that is true, which is ridiculous to me. But
That's
obviously, I'm
such a
not him,
waste of
so what do I
money.
know? Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. But
Yeah, I think I would just rather just, hey, we'll finish this orchard in the back and maybe grow some potatoes or something, which we're planning on doing. So I
yeah,
started all this for it to be like a land thing eventually, but we don't have much time left. So you guys, Echoes from Above is covering the State of the Union address. You're doing that tonight, right?
yep,
So
I
we will
will be
be
covering that.
tuning
Yep.
in. We will be tuning into your channel. And because usually I do stuff like that and I didn't even realize it was tonight. So I'm glad you're doing it because I wasn't going to do it. I'm just like, I feel like I love President Trump and I am a Trump supporter. I'm just tired of hearing, Joe Biden was the worst president ever. We already know that. Okay, let's just move on. So I guess we're going to hear the accomplishments that have been made, some things that are going on. I know there's a lot coming out, and I'm so far behind on everything. So you probably know way more about current affairs than I
Yeah.
do. So I just thank you for coming on. This is just
Oh yeah,
amazing to
happy
me.
to be here. Yeah, this is cool. This is a good conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
and come on again. Yeah, this is good.
Heck yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, sounds good. And I appreciate you too, because yeah, I definitely want to like get some food, eat some dinner, drink some water, all that
Yes,
before we
have
start the
spend some
stream. So I
time with the
appreciate that.
wife.
Yeah,
Yes, before
exactly.
you have
So
to
I
do all
appreciate
that.
this. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to put you on solo layout. Go ahead and tell everybody all about yourself. You guys, the link in the description does have his YouTube channel included. You guys, please go over to Echoes from Above. Right now I have CoffeeZilla up there, but we're going to go to Echoes from Above. CoffeeZilla is great too. Go subscribe to
Yeah,
him,
he's the
you
goat.
guys.
Yeah, he's
He
the
is the
goat.
goat. He's definitely the goat. I agree
Yeah,
with
he's
that.
great.
And I really like Charlie from Penguin Zero too. He caught a lot of crap when he decided to buy a farm, and he was
Mhm.
like, his commenters were like, "What are you sell out, man?" He was like, "No, I'm growing up. I'm mature. So I want to have some animals and stuff. Maybe not to eat, but I want some animals. I want a little bit of land. What's wrong with that?" So I think he's a really great guy too. But this is Echoes from Above. You guys, please go check him out if you haven't already. Subscribe to him. Make sure your notifications are set to all.
Oh, by the way, we are gonna go live on the other channel, just so you know. It'll be the other one, not this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Am I
Oh,
even
Echoes Above Live. We're gonna go. That's the channel where I live stream. So we're
That's
gonna
your
go live on there.
backup. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
that's right. Because I know I'm gonna make sure to wait.
Yeah, I don't want
Okay.
people to think that we're going live on the Echoes Above because we never
Yeah,
do.
let me get the right one up here. So
No, you're
sorry
good.
about that. I wasn't
No,
even
no, you're good.
thinking.
It's
You
just
tried to
something
tell
about.
me that when you first came on. You were like, "We're not going live from this one. Listen, Regina." Okay. How do I tell me your channel again? I thought I was I know I went
Echoes Above Live.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Above
Yeah,
live.
Echoes Above Live.
There you are. Don't you have your backup channel on here? The
Yeah,
live channel? Why isn't it on your description of your main channel?
I don't know. That's a good question. I should probably do that.
You should probably do that because I thought I was already subscribed to your other channel.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. One
Yeah, I have
more
to
link.
try that.
Wait, you might be. No, no, you're not. You need to correct that, sir.
I
So
will
people
do
can
so.
find your live. So
I
go
will do
ahead
so.
and can you drop the handle in the private chat so I can pull it up and make sure I'm subscribed and everybody knows where to go?
Yeah, I can do that.
If you
Hold on.
don't mind, sir. Thank you, good sir.
Yeah, hold on.
So what you having for dinner tonight?
Jambalaya.
Ooh, jambalaya.
Good old Louisiana dish.
Mhm.
Uh,
Louisiana dish.
hold on.
Oh, that was a little TMI. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that channel that we were talking about earlier. We'll definitely chop that up on back in the back section because I had a lot of questions and I was afraid to ask any. And this guy knows some people. I mean, I don't even know what to think. Truly. And I'm sorry you were treated badly. I mean, I know you don't care but I mean, that's just wrong. I don't understand why people get people on to try to like they're going to teach them something or trap them up. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, yeah,
There you are. I got
some
you.
people are. Hold on.
Trying to figure out why the link won't come through.
Yeah, it's okay. I got it.
You got it. Okay, cool.
It's in the chat.
Oh, it's in the chat. Okay, got you.
Yeah, just throw it in there. If you could click it. Can you click it?
Yeah. No, wait.
Yeah, I don't think you can click it.
Can you put it in the private chat?
Yeah, I
It should be the
did.
same
Yeah,
thing.
I did. I don't know why it's not working. I
Why is it
did.
not working? But I'm gonna copy and paste it. whatever. It should go.
Here, I'm gonna tell you what to type in, and it's gonna pop right up. Just type
Okay,
this
great.
in. Just type in at echoes above live. Just type that in on YouTube, and it's 100% gonna pop up.
It should. Yeah, it should. There we are. I got you. Okay, you guys, check it out. Let me subscribe. And look, I'm already subscribed. See, I'm a good, what do we call it? Subscriber,
Good supporter.
channel member,
Good,
supporter.
yeah, you're a
Yes,
good supporter of the
supporter.
channel. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. There we go, guys. So Echoes Above Live.
Yep.
So that was ingenious to create a whole nother channel for your live streams. That's genius, I think.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I wanted to separate them both. I think there's a lot of benefits to having two channels. You know, the main channel was like the high quality videos. I put effort and research into them, and then Echoes Above Live is more so like just my overall coverage. Sometimes I just want to react to something. The problem is a lot of people don't have time to stick around for an hour or two. So that's why I made two different channels. Some people do though. So that's why I made two different channels.
Well, you're definitely going to have to let me pick your brain and get some help, you know, some tips, whatever. And whatever we can do for Echoes from Above, man, you always let us know. You guys, thank you so much. Did you have any closing things you wanted to say?
Yeah, stay real, keep chasing truth, keep supporting Regina. She's a really good person, which I think is really important. You do not see very many good people on YouTube. You will trust me. You'll see that as you go along. So yeah, I mean, this was really cool. Thank you guys.
It won't be so shocking in the future when I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So yeah, that's really it. Get ready for the State of the Union. That's very important. Hopefully you all tune in. Let's see what Trump has to say. Hopefully it's important things about what's going on and what he plans to do. And hopefully we talk about Epstein.
Yeah, that would be really nice for him to address that. I mean, to say something about it. Please say something.
Talk about it.
And I do wonder when they release all these millions of files on UFOs, Epstein's, you know, Barack Obama did it too right before Trump got into office. And I sometimes wonder if it's not just a distraction because, you know, we're going to go crazy looking at those files. So then we're not looking at other stuff.
Yeah, listen, it's a complete distraction. They're never going to give you the real stuff on UFOs. Never. They're never going to do it.
I don't think they will.
Too much stuff. Right. They're never going to do it. It's a trick. Let's just release a little bit of it to keep them away from the Epstein stuff. Yeah, whatever. They're not going to do it.
And we're all fighting over the content like...
Exactly. No, they're not going to give us anything. Just like the JFK files. They still haven't given us all that. So...
Man, I did look.
That happened like 60 years ago.
Look, I read this series. So I read Killing Lincoln, Killing Kennedy, and Killing Jesus. I've read this book about 4 times, but it's all by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard. And I really like Bill O'Reilly. I'm surprised at some of the things he says to be such a rational, logical man, but I do like him. And I love their Killing series. And the next one I want to do is Killing the Rising Sun and Killing Reagan. But they've got like 12, almost 20 books in that series. Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's interesting. Like the similarities between JFK and Lincoln and all of that stuff. It's wild.
Funny. I wonder if the same people have something to do in killing them.
I don't know.
Like that. Who knows?
I don't know. I haven't listened. I really had some thoughts about LBJ. I'm not even going to lie, you know, because that was very disturbing. The way he treated Jackie O, like the very same day. I understand, but did he really have to take the suite on the plane? The president, I mean, that day he took the room away from them on the plane, just moved right in.
Yeah, I heard he was a big jerk. So
yeah, me too.
That's what I heard. So. Okay.
We will rise above, you guys. Thank you so much, Echoes from Above. It has been a true honor to have you on here. And I look forward to future collaborations. You know, I'm going to be sliding up in your DMs. Hey, I want to talk more about this YouTube thing. So whenever you have time, we are grateful.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, you guys, please go make sure you are subscribed to Echoes from Above and then Echoes Above Live. You see Echoes Above Live because that's where we're going next. We're going to get a little snack and then come back and watch his show. So you guys join him for the State of the Union address and we will see you there. Thanks for watching and we will see you on the flip flop. Catch y'all later.
Regina reports.